Hi, I'm Nancy Lyon, the Communications Coordinator for the City of Berkeley and also one of the producers of Behind the Badge. So stay tuned and watch Behind the Badge.
Berkeley 49. White male, 5'10", 6 foot, white shirt, blue hat.
Okay, let's go. Hello and welcome to the April edition of Behind the Badge. I'm your host, Sergeant Mike Crum with the Berkeley Department of Public Safety. If you are interested in attending the Public Safety Department's second annual golf outing on May 15th at Rackham, please contact us here at the show. Whether you have a foursome or are just a solo golfer, it should be an extraordinary time. This is an excellent opportunity to meet members of our council, administrative offices, and public safety department. All of the proceeds go directly back into our community, including the Lids for Kids and Fire Prevention Open House events. But we need your help to make these events a success. We are looking for corporate sponsors and golfers alike. We have several attractive sponsorship packages to fit your situation. After the golf outing, you can join us for the Berkeley Day celebration at the Ice Arena. We have a fun and exciting show, so let's get started right away with Officer Hatfield and a new edition of Kids Rule.
The NASP website states that each year there are 3.7 million kids who are bullies and 3.2 million kids who are the victims of bullies. The abuse from bullies can be in the form of physical or verbal abuse, and it's anyone that has power or control over someone. Out of all the reported cases of abuse, only 4% of the time does someone intervene. Here's an example of some bullying.
Give me your lunch money, kid.
Bullying can be in the form of physical abuse or mental. Kids pushing, hitting are physical assaults, or kids spreading bad rumors, teasing, keeping out of a group, sending nasty emails or texts are mental things that hurt people's feelings.
Hey, look, it's Louie. I heard that he sucks his thumb and he likes Angela.
Bullying can lead to other things, especially for the bully. Some tend to end up skipping school, getting into drugs, alcohol, inappropriate behavior, or even criminal activity. And it doesn't end there. For the victim, they may end up skipping school just to avoid the bully.
Hey, Louie, come here. I want to talk to you. Come on, where are you going? Where are you going?
As parents, teachers, friends, or victims, what we can do to help is stop bullying. The way we do this is by making sure that we tell someone about it or go to the school office to let them know what's going on. If the bullying is happening outside of school, make sure to tell a parent or guardian. Schools are a great way to help stop this by positive reinforcement of the rules, by being a zero-tolerance policy school, and early intervention.
Hey, Louie.
What?
I need you to do my homework again.
I've had enough of you. I'm sick of you bullying me. If you don't stop, I'm gonna go to the principal.
Whoa, man. Okay? Didn't know you were gonna go that far.
Remember, if you're being bullied, to stand up for yourself. Tell your bully that it's not right and you're not going to deal with it. Also let them know it's not funny and that you are going to tell the proper authorities about it.
I hope you enjoyed another excellent segment of Kids Rule. A special thanks to Olivia, Devin, Ian, and Andrew for being our guests on this month's show. If you'd like to join us for a segment, get your parents' permission and contact me here at the show. If you're like me, you worry about your financial security. Next, I am joined by Bridget Marley from the Telecom Credit Union to discuss some ways to keep our money safe.
Today we are joined by Bridget Marley from Telecom Credit Union to discuss ways to keep your money safe. Hello Bridget, and welcome to Behind the Badge.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Now Bridget, how does Telecom keep their customers safe?
Well, financial institutions can keep their customers safe by always asking for identification. That's really important, that when a member comes in to transact on their account, that they present their identification so we can make a clear indication that the member that we're speaking with is also the member in front of us. If a perpetrator were to come in and try to take money from an account or do any type of activity, that can be stopped right off the bat just by having that identification there in front of us.
Okay. What are some of the ways that people try to commit check fraud?
Check fraud, that's an interesting topic because it's happening more and more. I have some examples here just to show you and the audience how easily it's done. With today's technology, with laser printers, with Photoshop, people are even going to an office supply store and actually obtaining some checks and producing checks on their computer and then sending these to unsuspecting people and saying, hey, you just won a lottery or you've just won a sweepstakes. Here's an example here where a member had received a letter, nice letter, saying that they were a notice of a sweepstakes winning and that they have provided them with the funds in a form of a check from a company that is going to go ahead and pay their taxes on the winnings. And so what they're saying in the letter is, hey, we've done you a favor. We've got somebody who's going to pay your taxes, deposit this into your financial institution, and then go ahead and forward us the check, and we'll pay the taxes on your behalf, and then we will send you your winnings. And the checks, and if you've just taken a look at them, the checks look pretty good.
The checks look real. They feel real. The paper and everything to them. We see this quite a bit at the police station. This exact thing, and one of the things we tell them is when they give you a check, ask you to deposit and then return any part of that. Generally, that's a big red flag.
It's a huge red flag, and there's also internet scams that are going on. There's people now who are looking for that second job. So they go on the internet, and so there's secret shopper opportunities where they go to a company, and the company says, yes, we're going to provide you funds so that way you can go out and do secret shopping and rate our stores. And what they'll do is they'll send you funds in advance. That's another scam that's out there. If you are selling any merchandise on eBay or on Craigslist, and you'll have somebody who will respond to you via email and say, we can provide you with payment, and the next thing you know, they're sending you multiple money orders. And again, taking a good look at this, they have security features on the money orders. Everything looks clean. It looks like a good money order, but anytime you receive more than one money order, that's a huge red flag. And the financial institutions know that as well. So if you go to your credit union or financial institution and present them with one or more money orders, just know that they're on alert to really scrutinize these money orders. They're probably going to call and try to verify to see if these are legitimate.
And again, these are easy to print off right from the same programs on your computer, buy the paper.
Yeah, they're doing a real good job at it. I have another example for you. You would think that U.S. postal money orders would be a safe way of paying somebody for services rendered. Here's a good example of a real money order and a fake one.
Okay.
They're very similar. There's a lot of security features that they tried to emulate on the fake ones so that at first glance you would think, oh yeah, here's the security features. But go ahead and hold them up to the light, Mike, and you'll notice that the security features on a real money order become real prominent. On the fake money order, they kind of fade away.
Okay, yep, absolutely, you can see that.
Okay.
And these are from the Postal Service, so again, you would think
these are
safe?
these would be safe instruments, that if you were to receive a U.S. postal money order, that it would be a safe document, and it's in some cases it's not. So you really have to know the people that you're dealing with. And I know sometimes when you're on Craigslist or eBay, that's kind of difficult, but you have to be careful. And I would, if you were to ever receive a check or money order, by all means, take it to your financial institution and say, you know what, I'm not familiar with the person who presented this instrument to me. Would you double check it for me? We would have no problem doing it. Here's the thing. If, in fact, you were to deposit these and there was no hold placed on them, okay, if these go bad, and if they are bad, they will come back. The unfortunate thing is that you're going to be responsible. And the examples that I have here are examples that are in excess of $2,500 or more. Typically, these scams are going to be either $2,000, $3,000. They generally are under $5,000, the check fraud ones. The multiple money orders, as you see here, all four of these are for $750.
Sure.
So those are things to watch out for when you're actually accepting.
You can bring it to your financial institution, ask them to verify, and then you mentioned putting a hold. That's something that the customer can request.
The financial institution, if the financial institution doubts the collectability and they have suspicion that these might come back, they then can place a hold on those. And typically that's what you'll find, because back in the day, as they say, checks used to be treated almost just like cash.
Sure.
And those days are gone. A check is not cash. And
How can a resident protect themselves? And you said the financial institution may put a hold on it, but how can the resident then protect themselves if they're not sure? A lot of people do purchase or sell things on eBay, Craigslist, things of that nature.
The safest thing, and you may be dealing with someone legitimate on eBay or Craigslist, the safest thing is to deposit the money order and then leave it there. I will say checks generally clear. They go through a clearing process, and we can find out if that check is, or that check will come back probably in a couple days, and we'll know that it's not a good check. On a money order, unfortunately, it takes longer to go through the system. Okay. So if you're a little uneasy, you're not sure, and the financial institution hasn't been able to verify it, go ahead and deposit it, but keep it in there. Let that hold stay on there at least for a week or more. Because money orders do take a while to come through the system.
Well, earlier, when we were just prior to our interview, you were showing me some examples, and I had a favorite one over here. You were showing me of the signatures. Can you tell us a little about this one?
Yes, there was a signature on a check where, again, because of the sophistication of technology, they're able to go online and then capture signatures and then put them into the program, that check writing program that they're working with. And one of them had the signature of Ronald Reagan and Gerald R. Ford, and it was an actual check that they came in to present for deposit. And so you just you have to put on your glasses and really look at things just to make sure that they are what they are. So
they had two former presidents as signers of
as
the
signers
check,
on the check, as the authorized signers.
And that one was, you said, along the same lines.
Yes, it was.
We'll pay the
taxes. We will pay the taxes for you up front, but you have to deposit it and then forward us the money from you on your behalf. And it's just not, as my father always said, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Absolutely.
And whenever you get money, if you're winning a sweepstakes that you didn't enter into or a lottery that you didn't play, chances are it's not a good thing. And the reason why they're so successful at this is because of the economy. When you get a check, and Mike, you're looking at a check for $4,700, it feels good to have a check in your name for that amount. So it is very tempting to take it to your financial institution or deposit it into your ATM, and you just have to be careful.
What are some things that people can do to keep their money and their accounts safe?
They can. One thing that's really important, I think, for your viewers. Thieves and perpetrators do not mind getting their hands dirty by going through your trash. Okay? They have no problem while everyone on your block is at work to walk up to your house and pull out your mail. Okay? So it's really important that you shred any type of mail that comes in your name that you're not going to use. Don't just put it in the trash, shred it. You can get shredders pretty inexpensively and just shred that material. Another way to keep your information safe is to sign up for any type of electronic emailing services through your credit union or bank, where they actually email you your statements. That's one way to keep your information safe. It does not sit in your mailbox while you're at work during the day.
Let me ask you this question. Some people, they receive something that says, or a call or an email, sometimes it's even a letter, but it says, something has been compromised.
Right.
Verify some information.
Right.
That
is always a scam. We've had even our own employees woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning with a text message saying that the credit union information your credit union information has been compromised. Please dial this number. And then sometimes when you dial the number, it's going to ask you to enter in your social security number, your date of birth. That's a scam. If in fact the credit union or a bank had a situation where their accounts were compromised, they would not be calling to ask you for your social security number. We already have it. When information is compromised, that information doesn't become obliterated off of our system. It's there. So we won't have to do that. We would actually make a personal phone call or send you a letter. And the key to that is if you ever receive that type of notification that somebody is calling you regarding your account, contact your branch and say, call us up and say, hey, I just received a voicemail message or I received a letter in the mail. I'm just calling to confirm. But never give your vital information over the phone. Date of birth, social security number, mother's maiden name, any type of passwords. You don't want to do that whenever there's a situation where there was a financial compromise. You got to keep it safe.
Well, Bridget, I'd like to ask you some questions about the ATM. If it'd be okay, can we move out there and then
Absolutely.
we can ask the questions, and maybe we can show our
Absolutely.
our viewers
Absolutely. Would love to.
the ATM. Thank you so
Wonderful.
much. Now, can you give us some safety tips about debit card usage in ATMs?
Sure. It's always good to use an ATM in an area that you're familiar with. And I bet you would agree with me, using it during the daylight hours is much better.
Much safer,
Much
yes,
safer,
absolutely.
yes. If in fact you're out and about as a mom and running errands, and I'm thinking, oh, I need to get some cash in my wallet, you might want to consider that when you're at a retail establishment and you're using your you're using your debit card and doing a PIN-based transaction, and that's when you're putting your PIN in, you sometimes, in a lot of cases, have an option to get cash out. That's a safe way to put some cash in your pocket versus coming to an ATM machine on off hours.
Sure.
Okay. The thing to consider is when you're using your debit card, it's immediate access to your funds, as I had mentioned. When you use the credit prompt, it doesn't immediately affect your account. Sometimes there's a 24-hour, 48-hour turnaround period. So that's what allows you that more purchasing power.
Okay. And some further protection if there's fraudulent activities with the card sometimes.
Absolutely. If in fact your debit card is lost or stolen, immediately contact your financial institution, because they can put a stop to that, so that way no purchases can come through, unauthorized purchases can come through.
I had a question about, and something I've seen through the police side of it, is people keep their debit card, of course, in their wallet. They also keep their PIN number in their wallet.
Ouch, ouch,
Yes.
yes, they don't want to do that. Something else that's also coming, which is also happening, is that somebody will approach you, maybe somebody that you know, and say, hey, listen, I just want to cash this check. Can I use your ATM card and deposit this check, and then as soon as it clears, I'll go ahead and take the money out, or you can give me the money? You don't want to do that. You don't want to give your PIN number to a stranger to have them, or somebody that you know, to have them do a transaction on your account. You've got to keep that private. That has to be your own.
Very good, very good. Well, Bridget, thank you for being my guest on Behind the Badge.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And thank you to Telecom for allowing us the use of their facility to teach some of our residents some safety tips about their money.
I would like to thank Telecom Credit Union for allowing us to film at their branch here in Berkeley. I would also like to thank Bridget for being my guest, and Paula for helping with all the logistics. If you have any questions about some of the information we discussed, you can email us here at the show. Do you know where Berkeley's tornado siren is located? I bet you've heard it on the first Saturday of each month. Here to discuss the siren and some safety tips is Officer Hatfield.
April is generally used to promote Severe Weather Awareness Month. Here on Behind the Badge, we'd like to provide some safety tips to families and kids to make sure they know what to do when they hear that familiar tone. Remember that a tornado watch is when there's a possibility of a tornado due to weather conditions. A tornado warning is when one has been sighted or is indicated by radar. Remember these tips from the Michigan State Police whenever you hear the siren, and even practice with your family during the monthly test. A basement offers the greatest safety. Seek shelter under sturdy furniture. In homes without basements, take cover in the center part of the house, in small areas such as closet or bathroom, but keep away from windows. If driving, get out of the vehicle and take shelter in a ditch or ravine. Do not get under your vehicle. Lie flat and put your arms over your head. Awesome. At school, follow the school's plans to move into interior hallways or small rooms on the lowest floor. Avoid glass and wide roofs, such as gyms. Make sure everyone has a pre-planned meeting place after a storm in case families get separated. They know where to meet back. Make sure you're prepared with emergency supplies in case a tornado does hit your area. When the tornado appears to have passed, turn on a radio to get the latest emergency information. Use phones for emergency calls only. If you smell gas or see leaking chemicals, evacuate the building. Stay out of damaged buildings and return home only when authorities say it is safe. Remembering and using these tips can help keep you and your family safe in the unfortunate circumstance of a tornado.
Judge Wittenberg is back with another segment of Judge's Corner. This month, he has a few of our students from Berkeley High in his court practicing for their future.
Hello, my name is Judge Jamie Wittenberg, and I'd like to welcome you to another segment of Judge's Corner. For this segment, I wanted to talk about the Berkeley High School mock trial team, which I've been lucky enough to be a part of for the last several months. In the beginning of the year, I was approached by one of the teachers at Berkeley High School to help coach the trial team, and for the last several months, students have been coming into my courtroom almost every day of the week and working on the trial competition. This year, the Eastern Regional Tournament is going to be held in Pontiac at the Oakland County Circuit Court, and it's going to be held on March 13th. In preparation for this tournament, the kids have been practicing their roles as prosecutors, defense attorneys, and witnesses. And it's been a great program that I've been very proud to be a part of. And hopefully it'll be a program that the high school does for many years. So for this segment, I thought I would introduce some of the people that have been helping out the last several months. We have one of the teachers from the high school, Ira Goldberg, who has put this program together and has been helping to coach the students. We also have Jody Debrecht, the court administrator, who is also, and the magistrate, who has also been helping out with the students. And we have a defense attorney, Steve Grobel, who has been helping out as well. And we're lucky enough that he was actually a judge in the past for this competition, so he has helped the students out quite a bit. The case that we were given this year involves a murder case, and the facts are very interesting. It involves 2 students. There was a female student who ultimately was found dead. Whether it was murder or not is up for the prosecution to prove. She had caught 2 students previously cheating on a test and was about to turn them in. They confronted her, and shortly after that, she was found dead in a beach area. The defense contends that it was a rock climbing accident. The prosecution contends that the defendants murdered her, knocked her off a cliff, and then drowned her in the water.
Hi, I'm Steve Grobel. I'm a criminal defense attorney with Blanca, Beatty, and Delisle over in Harper Woods. And I'm here in Berkeley helping to coach the Berkeley High School mock trial team along with the folks from the 45th District Court. I had been a judge in this competition for a few years and decided it looked like fun maybe to get a little bit more involved. So I contacted the powers that be, and they told me that Berkeley was going to start a team for the first time this year and put me together with them. So it's been a great time. Kids have been great. I'm really enjoying it.
Hi, I'm Ira Goldberg. I'm a teacher at Berkeley High School, and I teach a class there called Practical Law. This past year, I was looking for an opportunity to extend our learning experiences for our students, and I stumbled across the mock trial competition that is sponsored by the Michigan Civic Education Coalition. And I looked into this as an opportunity to bring into the classroom. One of the things that really helps extend the students' learning opportunities is to make connections and partnerships with professionals in the field. We're extremely fortunate here in Berkeley to have an unbelievably supportive community, and part of that community is Judge Wittenberg and Magistrate Debrecht, who partner with us in this endeavor. In addition, we were very fortunate to be linked up with a defense attorney named Steve Grobel, and through those 3 individuals, we formed this partnership with the team, and it's been an exceptional learning experience for our students. Just think how unique it is that students have an opportunity to work on a first-hand basis with not only professionals in the field, but some of the finest legal minds around.
Hello again, my name is Jody Debrecht, and I am the magistrate and the court administrator here at the Berkeley 45A District Court. We want to welcome you to our presentation of the mock trial competition. We've been delighted to work with all of these really intelligent and fantastic kids from the Berkeley High School. Also, we have a teacher, Ira Goldberg, who I believe you've met, who's introduced us to this, and working with the defense attorney, Steve Grobel. The judge and myself have had a wonderful time, and we invite you to share in that experience. Thank you.
A young girl was brutally murdered. She was hit on the head with a rock. She fell to the ground, to the beach below. She was dragged in the water and drowned. The guilty sits before you today, Alex Johnson. He had everything to lose. Everything.
Your intonation, your pauses, the way you connected with us, the jury right now, really excellent. Your thought process, don't be afraid to stumble. If you stumble and if you want to have a security blanket, maybe some note cards or something to cue you, you can do that,
I'll say I might have this.
Well, whatever you want, and that's okay. But, you're so nicely improved, and I really like how you're connecting with the jury and using just the intonation and stuff to get your point across.
You've got to fight because
Oh,
we're going to
yeah.
get graded
Yeah.
on you as a witness.
Oh.
So I bet you just said yes, yes, no, yes,
Okay.
because you could tell you weren't sure how to answer. So you need to fight. They're going to portray you as the defendant. They're going to portray you as a liar, just like Alex. Basically, you are Alex. You might as well be the defendant on trial with him. That's how they're going to portray you. And you got to say, This guy roped me in. I had nothing to do with it. I left. I wasn't the last one there. I didn't have anything to do with the locker. It's not my idea. I didn't fight with her. Bam.
But assume the role.
Yeah.
You know, how would you feel if you were
They
Pat
attacked
Harding and somebody was accusing you of murdering Ann Marcus? You know, you'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I left. Yeah, I cheated. But I didn't kill her.
Right.
You know, really assume that identity. And
I'm Claire Sinai, and I play two witness roles, Pat Harding and Jamie Almonte, and I'm in 11th grade.
Hi, I'm Kiefer Donnelly, and I'm the prosecuting attorney, and I am in 11th grade.
Hi, my name is Laura Saxey. I'm a sophomore at Berkeley High School, and I play the role of a prosecuting attorney.
Hey, my name is Evan Bell. I'm a senior at Berkeley High School, and I'm one of the defense attorneys.
Thank you for watching this segment of Judge's Corner. Again, I'm Judge Jamie Wittenberg, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode of Behind the Badge.
I would like to thank all of the students who did such an excellent job with their mock trial. I wish them luck in their competition. I hope you enjoyed this month's episode of Behind the Badge. Get in those reservations so I can meet you at our golf outing. I'm Sergeant Crum, and I will see you next time on Behind the Badge.